This is our Bridgeport Milling Machine. It's got the variable speed head, 42-inch table, and we've upgraded to a 4-axis DRO system. It's got X, Y and Z power feeds, and this machine's had a full strip down service. We've repainted all the parts individually before putting them all back together again with a Bridgeport blue-grey enamel, really hard wearing paint. We've had the X and Y axes all reground. The tops of the table and the two sides have all been reground as well to square everything up and make sure it's nice, square and true for you. All the gibs have been scraped in. There's new lead screws, new nuts, new bearings throughout the machine. So it's a really beautiful machine. I'm going to do a video demo now of it, in virtual video demo for you, and then when you're ready, please come down and see it for yourself in real life. Okay, so as I say, absolutely lovely, almost no backlash at all because of the brand new lead screws and nuts there. Same with the Y-axis, absolutely beautiful all the way across, lovely and smooth. New Y-axis lead screw of course, and new nuts. Same with the Z-axis. We've replaced the knee bearing there, which is quite a large bearing, needs replacing on every single machine. And that's all running smooth for you. I'll operate all the power feeds all together just so you can see them all working together. Moving on, we've got all the locks have been serviced, so the X, Y and the knee lock are all serviced for you, all working great. The lube system of course has all been serviced. There's no point doing all the regrind and all that sort of stuff if you don't have a really good lube system, which we've replaced all the pipes, we've replaced all the metering units, we've serviced the pump. And in case you need oil for it, it's BD68 lube oil. That's the stuff you need to put in there. And just give it a quick pump on the oil pump for about twice in an 8-hour period. It'll keep it running great for you, keep it in good condition. And the same with these little pots on the side here. There's two more for the head. BD68 in those as well, and the same for the drawbar. Just put a little bit down on the drawbar as well to keep everything lubed nicely. Okay, so moving on, we're going to power up all the X, Y and Z power feeds all together now. Obviously you wouldn't do that in normal operation, but it's just to show you that it can do it, and it's all working great. Okay, there's the X, the Y and the Z. So each one of those you can vary the speed, the feed, and you can rapid override as well. Okay, so they're all working great. Each one of these has got a safety handle as well, of course. If you're a power feed, you must have a safety handle. So they've all got the safety handle, including the knee as well. That's a spring-loaded handle on the knee. It's also brand new, that handle. Lovely, nice chrome finish one. Okay, so moving on to testing the variable speed head and the quill for you. So we're currently running at 1000 RPM, we're in high range. Okay, you hear how quiet that is, absolutely lovely. Okay, so all the way to the bottom, that's 450. That's 2000. Then all the way to 3000, lovely and quiet. There really is a lot of work in these heads. We replace all the bearings, all sorts of pulleys, the belts of course. There's a massive amount of work. It's a bit of an art to doing them, to be honest. Okay, back down to 1000 and we're going to reverse. That's reverse at 1000 RPM and again to the bottom, down to 450, 1000, 2000 and up to 3000. It's lovely and quiet. Okay, so we're going to swap now into low range, and we're just going to move this quick change handle out of the way first. So we push this handle in, we turn it round and make sure it's locked in at the back there before we fire up. Okay, fire it up, it's its low range now. So we're running at 130 RPM, all the way down to 50, middle of 130, and all the way to the top, which is 350 RPM. Okay, in reverse now, just as quiet in reverse, 50 RPM, to 200, and that's 350, which is the top. Back down to 110. Okay, so turn that off, hit the brake just to show you that the brake does work. Back to high range now. Before we do that, we go to the middle, which is the neutral position for the spindle. So when the handle's pointing sort of towards the table, that's a neutral position for clocking up any PCDs. Okay, so now we want to get to high range. Make sure it's locked in before you fire up. Sometimes you'd have to turn the spindle just to get it in, to get the dogs, which are all brand new, aligned. And here it swaps over absolutely fine, lovely and quiet. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit. And then I'm just going to show you the quill running. Make sure the lock's off. I'm going to engage the quill feed. And you see it all feeding down. You should be able to see it on the DRO feeding down there. So that's this scale here that's giving that readout. So for every spindle speed, we got 3 different feed rates. So that was the highest. This is the slowest. And that's the medium. And you can see they're all working fine. Okay, back to the high range. And it'll cut out itself automatically now. And there we go, cuts out itself. Absolutely fine. Okay. So I can reverse the feed as well. That's by pushing this knob in. Oh, that'll reverse the feed. So you can see it's feeding up now. So that's all working great. Okay. There's a little lock there. So you can lock the quill just with this lock here that's hidden behind the quill monitor. So that locks the quill for when you're doing any milling. So that's all working great too. Okay, so we've also got a guard in place. It's an interlock guard, of course. Firing up, we've got all the power feeds going. You open the guard, and it shuts down anything that could cause an issue. Okay, to reinitialize the guard, you just press the green, turn everything off, press the green one again, and everything fires up. Okay, so machine is absolutely beautiful. Please come down and see it for yourself in real life. Look forward to see you. Thanks very much.